remembers this book? Our Moon by Jane Yolen. What did we use this book for in first quarter? Do you remember how we used it? Sydney?
For personal narrative.
That's right. It was an example of a personal narrative. And what did we learn about personal narratives from this author, Jane Yolen? Who remembers some of the things that we then used in our own writing? Rana?
That actually happened.
It has to be an event that actually happened, right? What else do we know about personal narratives? Isla?
It's something that happened to you.
Exactly. That's what makes it personal, right? It has to be something that happened to you that you know a lot about. And not only we were able to use it for personal narratives, but we're going to use it to talk about our spelling rule this week. Who remembers what all of our spelling words have in them this week? Derek?
ED.
ED. And what kind of words are on our list this week that have ED? They're all a certain kind of word. If you remember, we talked about it yesterday when we sorted. Hayden?
A verb.
They are verbs. And the ED makes the verb,
Action.
well,
It's like E, D, T, and ED.
okay, those are the sounds they make. But when you put ED on a verb like lift,
It has to
how does it change the verb, Carly? Past tense. Right. So all of our verbs this week have ED to make them past tense. Well, when I looked back at this book, Our Moon, I noticed that the author, Jane Yolen, Matthew, put that down please. I noticed Jane Yolen used a lot of past tense verbs in her story to describe the event that she had when she went owling with her father. So we're going to take a look at one of the pages and some past tense verbs and see how she did. Let's put this on. All right, so here we have a page that I took out of this book. And let's read it together. Can you see? Eyes up here. We reached. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for some of those verbs that are past tense with ED and highlight them. And I see one right here. What's that word?
Reached.
And let's see. And another one? Waited.
Stopped.
Yes.
Stopped.
Thank you. Stopped.
Called. Looked.
Called.
Looked.
Ooh, there's lots of them.
Looked.
Right there. Very nice. So we see how Jane Yolen described this event that has already happened by using verbs with ED to show past tense. Take a page from the story and use your highlighter and find some of those ED verbs.
Does anybody else have one? Who doesn't have one?
I think everybody has one.
Okay.
Just set it
Got
down.
it.
Coming up here and highlighting one on the smart board that you found. Good. What verb is that?
Called.
Call. Sydney, you find another one? Shrugged again. Very good. All right. Nice job finding them. Did everybody find those? Yep. Good work. Yep. So, one reason we do an activity like this is to think as writers, how is this going to work for us? What can we do as a writer knowing about past tense verbs when you are writing your own story? Maybe another personal narrative or something else. How does this help you to think about this when you're writing a past tense verb? What are you going to think about using? What letters? ED, because in our spelling, even the verbs that sound like finished, say that word, finished. Even though it sounds like a T, is it made with a T?
No.
It's made with ED. All right, so good job. It really helps to have an author like Jane Yolen show us how to use these verbs, doesn't it? All right, good work.